Hey guys, so I haven't done a check-in for a while, and I'm sorry about that. It's been very cold and snowy, and I actually kind of took a break from social media. Like, I did post, but I didn't feel like being on camera. And then we did our check-in the other day. But I've actually been I'm almost finished. So literally tonight's goal is just to finish this last little bit. I could have finished it last night, but it was 5:30 in the morning and I go to bed at 6, and I could have finished it, but I would not have been able to film my review and write my review and post it right afterwards. And for me, I want to be able to do that right after I read. I didn't want to finish it and then have to sleep on it. I like to get my thoughts out as soon as I finish it. So that's what I'm going to do tonight, is finish it. I have really been enjoying this book. A couple days ago, I hit this point where the book, it was like not quite at the midway point. It just got really, really good and I couldn't put it down, and I've been really enjoying it. The world and race building in this is really creative. The magic system is really cool. At first, I thought it was similar to like Full Metal Alchemist, but it's only similar in the sense that it's called alchemy and it's kind of like metal, like messing with metal. But in this one, it's like more realistic because it deals with a lot of forging and stuff. Although there is a forging scene that's not quite realistic. I'll talk about that in my review for it, but that's okay. My husband is obsessed with forging and we watch a lot of Forged in Fire, so that's how I know that. But anyways, but the main character, Kingfisher, is a really interesting character, and he's kind of like right up there with Xaden and Rhysand and stuff for me. I do like the romance, but it is kind of a slow burn romance, and it's kind of an enemies to lovers, but they're allies. It's just they hate each other. So it's not really an enemies to lovers because they're not enemies, they're allies. And Kingfisher kind of has this toxic kind of vibe about him. But I do like his story, and I've described it to my cousin on our discussions before, that Kingfisher kind of reminds me of like Tamlin's worst traits. Like, he's a character like Xaden and Rhysand with shadow magic and the leadership thing and like the secrets and twists and all that stuff, but he's got Tamlin's worst traits. If you imagine a more mature fantasy epic dark version of like Edward from Twilight, like when he gets possessive of Bella in Eclipse, like that's kind of his vibe, but he's not possessive of her at the time because he's not in love with her yet. Like, they're not in love, but it's that same kind of vibe. He definitely, like, Rhysand and Xaden both have this like soft side when it comes to the woman that they love, and they would never hurt them, or they would never override their will, and that's not really the case with Kingfisher. And he has a really good backstory and like reason why he does everything, so I'm really loving the story. The plot line is really interesting. The side characters really stand out, and I don't think there's a character that I really hate in this one. I don't like Carrion's mouth, and then Kingfisher can have a mouth on him sometimes. But other than that, I'm enjoying it. I'm ready to finish it, so I will check with you guys next time.